We are out here in Las Vegas for Grant Cardone's 10X Growth Conference. We just finished the last day, day 3, and we got some awesome content, awesome connections, awesome value that we received. So thank you, Grant and the Grant Cardone 10X team for delivering all this value to us at Infinite Capital. And we are excited to take all this information and go crush it for the rest of 2025. All right, what's your name?
My name's Josh.
All right, cool. And how long have you been working with us?
A month and a half.
A month and a half, cool. Why did you decide to come work with us?
I want to start to break into insurance. I know it will really impact people and their portfolios as they grow their real estate. And so this was something I wanted to do and help build up for people.
What were you doing before?
I did sales consulting before.
Cool. And I know Infinite Banking has had an impact on you personally. Can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, so infinite banking is one way that I have grown my money. It's what I put into my own real estate projects. And it's just a matter of being wise with my money and letting it grow the right way.
Why you decide to use Infinite Banking versus other forms of financing?
Like the numbers, like the underwriting of it makes the most sense. So if I take my cash and I just utilize it as cash, I'm not growing it in an appropriate way. Like I'm letting the bank receive the margin that I could be taking care of myself.
Heard. And I know that you've managed sales teams before. I know that you're passionate about the insurance industry. What do you see in the next 1, 3, 5 years as you grow and we grow? What's your intentions working with us?
Yeah, so my goal and my intention is to help step into helping lead more closers, help ensure that the KPIs, the different structures brought together and help people grow and bring this company to another level.
Cool. I love it. Thank you. All right. What's your name?
Erin,
How long have you been working with us?
I'm working with you guys for over a year now.
Over a year. How much money have you made in the last 6 months?
The money I've made in the past 6 months has been over 6 figures.
What did you make this past month?
This past month, I made over $10,000.
Cool. And what has been your main product or focus that you sell?
My main product that I focus on is whole life insurance, and I focus on working with real estate investors and business owners.
Why do you think what we do is different than everybody else out there?
Well, we're focusing on infinite banking, and that's a 5 out of 5 on a difficulty scale. And everyone's just really doing, I believe, a lot of quantity over quality. And all we focus on is quality over quantity at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Now, coming from where you came from before, what were you doing before and why did you decide to work with us?
So before this, I actually was still doing life insurance. I was selling final expense coverage. And I knew that, again, at the end of the day, everyone should have life insurance. But I knew I wasn't truly making a difference in someone's financial portfolio. So I got connected with you guys, and the rest is history.
Cool. What's your main target in the next 3 to 5 years that you want to go to? 500K this year? Where do you want to be in the next 3 to 5 years?
Well, in the next 3 years, I'm going to be making $1 million in the next 3 years. And then after that, I would love to be able to actually start just investing in some commercial real estate.
Cool. What's your name?
Lexi,
How long have you been working with us?
7 months now.
How do you get connected with us?
I went to an event with my ex-boyfriend, left him, joined them.
A true love story right there.
Yep.
Cool. And when you got in here, why did you decide to work with us?
Well, I decided to work with you guys because I saw you guys were out there hustling. You guys are attractive, young group of people that are hungry for success, and I wanted to be a part of that.
Cool. I know you played D1 softball. How does what we do translate your sports athletic ability into business?
The way that I see sports and business, a lot of similarities, especially with consistency, doing the small things every day that you don't want to do, but you got to put in the work every single day and do those things to get your goals in the future and hit your goals.
How much you're going to make this month?
This month, I'm about to hit 10K.
Is that your best month ever?
Yep.
How old are you?
24.
Heard it here first. Hi, what's your name?
My name's Jared.
Awesome. Where are you from, Jared?
I'm from Montana originally.
Well, why'd you decide to come work with us?
I decided to come work with you because I have found the right people in the right spot, but mostly because I believe in bringing a solution to the American people, which is to release them from the monetary system and put all the money that they earn back in their own pockets.
Cool. I love it. What made you decide to leave what you were doing and come down to work with us in Miami?
Yeah, absolutely. So what made me decide that is that I spent a whole life of working in blue collar work, construction, firefighting, and I became really good at that industry. But I hit a glass ceiling. I could only make so much money in that area, no matter how hard I worked. And then I got into the sales industry with coaching on the Jeffrey Combs, and I met you. And then we joined an insurance company together, and it didn't work out for us. And then you decided to start your own agency, and you told me to come across the country to join you. And I was like, all right, let's do this. And so I decided to leave the life that I worked so hard to build and to change my course and to become an insurance agent and become a business professional and achieve the dreams that I want to achieve.
In the beginning, it was a little challenging, right? Living in Miami is a lot different than living in Utah or Montana, financially speaking. Now you have all your bills taken care of. You don't have to worry about that anymore. What was it like in the beginning when you were struggling? If you were going to talk to a new insurance agent and give them some advice, what would you say?
I would say exactly what I always say is always put in a lot of high activity and never quit. You can never fail if you never quit. No matter how bad it gets, like you have to do everything that you're required to do, which is sell everything you got and ask and beg for money to be able to make it through if you really want to be committed to this industry.
All right, we're here with what's your name?
David Hammer,
David. How long you been working with us?
around 10 months,
Cool. And how much you made the last 10 months?
around $300,000,
$300,000. What's your best month that you've had so far?
$120,000,
And your second best month?
$40,000.
How do you do that?
What I do is I took what I knew, and when I met you, you had a system that basically had a structure to it that I sorely needed, and I just took my activities and I had, again, structure to it, and I was able to basically implement all of the training and the Zooms and everything you did, and it just I'm not even magic. It's the work I put in, and just the numbers just.
Absolutely. So you've already had experience in the insurance business. You've been in finance for a long time. What about what we do was different than what you've done in the past?
Because as hard as I worked, I was very random at how I did it. So now I have a system in place where I know the activities that I put in, and if I follow the system, that the numbers are just going to exponentially grow. And that's the difference maker for me.
Cool. What do you think was the rocket ship or the jetpack that allowed you to achieve these high ranks in a short amount of time that you weren't able to achieve in the past?
Really, it was you. It was believe it.
It's not me, it's you. But what about us? What about what we do? Like I understand you, but what about our relationship helped make that happen?
I would say a shared consciousness of we vibrated the same level, and that vibration basically turns into activity and manifesting more money for ourselves.
Cool. And what would you say for somebody that's already had experience in finance or in insurance for the last couple of years, knows the game, but kind of hitting a ceiling? Why would you say to them that they should come work with us versus wherever the heck they're at?
Because if these people keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, then they're fooling themselves. So they'll reach the ceiling, and if they don't change their lifestyle, then they're not going to see the money pile up.
How much money are you going to make in 2025?
I expect to make $1 million.
That's what I expected you to say. Let's do it. All right, we're here with what's your name?
My name is Rosalinda.
Where are you from, Rosalinda?
I'm originally from Peru.
How long you been working with us?
I've been working with the team for almost 10 months already.
Cool. And what do you do with us?
I'm a director of operations, and also I'm in the sales as a sales individual as well in the team.
How much you going to make this month?
This month I'm gonna make over $10,000.
Cool. And how'd you do that?
I did it just socializing with people, learning and putting in word. I mean, all the blueprint that we already have, the systems, and all of those stuff.
Why should somebody, whether they're in sales or insurance, somewhere else, why should they come work with us?
They should work with us because we have an amazing culture inside the team. That's why we have, this amazing opportunity to come to Las Vegas. And I'm so excited because you can definitely here grow your mindset and also grow as a person.
Where do you see Infinite Capital being in the next 3 to 5 years?
I see Infinite Capital as already a billionaire company, creating more millionaires in this industry.
All right, what's your name?
My name is Zarek Marquez.
How old are you, Zarek?
I just turned 21 last week.
Yeah, you did. How long have you been working with us?
6 months now.
6 months?
Yes,
How much do you expect to be making this month?
Well, I'm expecting to hit 20, but as of right now, I'm just at about 16,500 for the month.
Cool. And how'd you get to that point?
I mean, just learning the game of insurance and, following the right people and understanding, growing my mind, money literature, and just being in the right industry with the right people around me.
Cool. And you sold one policy the other day, right? How much was she putting in on a monthly basis?
She's putting in just about $3,000. My commission off that was just about 14,800, and I split it up about 4 ways amongst other agents, and I got another agent paid $11,000.
How did we meet?
We met. I was Josh's personal trainer, and I felt that I could get more out of another industry, and I saw him making a lot of money, and I said, he's a person that also bleeds the same way I do, so why can't I do it? And I've been following in his footsteps so far, and I'm looking to strive for greatness and be in the same wavelength.
Why should another 21-year-old killer that's played sports, been in sales, doing something else, why should they come work with us?
I mean, do you not want to make a lot of money? So, I mean, that's really what it is. If you want to make a lot of money, if you want to be in one of the best industries you possibly can be in and just become a guru with money, just come work with us, man. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Get ready to work, get ready to grind, and get ready to make money. More money than you've ever had.
I think that mosquito wants to come work with us. All right, cool. Thank you. All right, we're here with, what's your name?
Ryan Barrett.
How long have you been working with us, Ryan?
I've been working with you guys since November of 2024.
Since November 2024. How much are you going to make this month?
I'm going to make $10,000 this month.
Awesome. And is that the most you've ever made before?
It is not, but it's a good start.
What's the most you've ever made?
The most I've ever made a month is about $18,000.
Cool. What do you have to do differently to get from 10 to 20 in this business?
I have to connect with more people. I have to make more phone calls, and I have to stick to the schedule, get up early, stay up late, and grind.
For somebody that's coming in from another industry like you did, coming from the entertainment industry or hospitality or something that's not insurance, what would you say to them as a piece of advice for them to get off the ground and be successful quicker, faster, stronger than you so you can help them out?
Quicker than me? I don't know if that's possible. I'm just kidding. No, you have to hit your warm market as soon as possible. And what I mean by that is call all your friends and family and get them on board with what you're doing. Also, get your license as soon as humanly possible. Don't waste time studying. Don't waste time, pushing that task down the hill. You want to get on board as soon as you can and connect with your team, ask as many questions as you possibly can, and hit the ground running, like I said.
Now, you got started part-time, 3 days a week, transitioned into 5 days a week, and then became a licensed agent within 2 weeks and hit your promotion. Why did you decide to do it that way?
Because I saw the possibilities. So I saw, Jared and Aaron and Josh and some of the other teammates I work with. I saw them cashing humongous checks. Somebody like David Hammer made $114K in December. I was like, I want a piece of that. So I made it possible for myself. So I got my license in less than 2 weeks, and I scheduled about 100 appointments a month every month. So that's my goal. Let's do it.
Cool. All right, I'm here with my wife, Yaritza Waxman. How long have we been in business together?
We've been in business together for about 2 years.
And why did we decide to create our company?
We decided to create our company because we know we're meant for something big and we're on a big mission. So we decided to create our own company.
What is the mission that we're on?
We're on a mission to build the 10% and create 10,000 opportunities for infinite banking practitioners.
What does building the 10% mean to you?
For me, it means having 10% of the country utilizing the infinite banking concept.
And what would that do for the country?
It would help them all have financial freedom and understand what it's really like to create your own bank and not depend on the government and actual banks.
Why should other insurance agents that are successful at other agencies leave and come join us?
Oh, they should definitely leave the other agencies because we're not like any other life insurance company out there. We're on a mission that's going to change the world. And we've helped a lot of agents make 6 figures within their first year. It's also changing the way they think about money for their personal financial education. And we are just a great group of people. Like in the background, everybody's having a great time. Everybody's treating each other like family. It's a great culture that we're building. You get to be part of the founding team. And yeah, we're on to bigger and bigger and better things compared to everybody else out there. So we're here to change that.
What's the number one thing that someone has to do to really step into leadership in the insurance business?
The number one thing is to unlearn everything you learned before and come with an open mind.
Where are we taking our business in the next 5 to 10 years?
We're taking it to 10x, create 10,000 opportunities, and creating a 3.3 billion in revenue as a company. Yes.
That's all I got.